So give me a heads up or at least like a thumbs up when we are live.
Yeah,
Okay, I guess
I
we
think
are live
4 seconds and we'll live.
Okay, fantastic. So it is still not showing as if we are live. Is it live? Okay, great, fantastic. So welcome all the viewers who are watching this live session. Before we start, if we can all take maybe a few seconds to share this live video, you can create a watch party on your page and invite your friends and family to also watch. It's going to be a very interesting uh, 45 minutes of conversation with a very special guest. So even I will be doing this. I'll be sharing on my Facebook page. If you all can also do that now. Okay. So once again, welcome, good evening to all the viewers who are watching us today live on Facebook. We have with us today a very special guest. Many of us already know him. For those of you who may not be knowing him, Mr. Vinay Kapoor. So Vinay Kapoor ji is an entrepreneur. He is a former investment banker, a very dynamic leader, and I would say he is a driver of change. He's worked with many individuals and corporates, helping them grow from pillar to pillar, from strength to strength, and he has helped them take quantum leaps in their personal and professional lives. He's a life skill leader. He's a investment banker. He has spent a lot of time over the last many years uh, training people in their financial skills and also in life skills. Over the last 10 years or so, Vinayji has delivered almost 2,000 talks and conducted almost 900 programs in different countries. He has addressed audiences from different corporates, to name a few: Citigroup, Coca Cola, Maersk, Microsoft, Emirates NBD, Riyadh Bank, Oracle, Landmark Group, Barclays Bank, many others. He is a well known name among many of the CEOs of large local and multinational companies, among senior government officials, and the local media for his unconditional commitment in raising the level of human conscience. He holds a master's degree in finance from Jamnalal Bajaj Institute of Management Studies from India, and he also heads an independent advisory firm. And last but not the least, he's also a board member in several companies into diverse industries, including real estate, frozen food, distribution, and renewable energy. So that's a very short introduction of Vinayji. Obviously, he's one man who wears multiple hats. So Vinayji, a warm welcome to you on this session, and thank you for taking out your time to address all of us and share some nuggets from your wisdom and your personal life.
Thank you, and it's really an honor and a pleasure to be here, Krishna ji. It's always a delight to speak to you, no matter what the platform is, whether it's in person or over Zoom. So, thank you all for having me, and I look forward to this informal chit chat session in terms of how we can uh, encourage people to meditate more, and more importantly, to have this opportunity to meditate with a living guru, living master. So uh, over to you.
Great. So Vinayji, mm, before we kickstart the conversation and discuss some other topics about, especially about the caption topic, which is meditation need of the hour. I would say from banker to a seeker, from material to spiritual. How did this journey begin? How did this transition happen?
I think it was just, I would say, unfolded. It wasn't, I would say, definitely it was not planned by me. I can call it divine conspiracy. A lot of things we don't realize that there's a master planner. And I think that master planner has a plan for each one of us. And it unfolds at its own appropriate time. So I guess that also happened in my life. Like most of us, I was pretty settled in what I was doing. But somewhere I was not deeply aware that there were gaps. But once I did the first happiness course of Art of Living, which we all know how powerful and impactful Sudarshan Kriya is, I think it helps us to go deeper and see what are we seeking, what is our purpose. So I think in my 2 cents, I would say that there was a master planner who had planned things, and I only had to make sure that the Maya pull was very high, which we call the worldly pull. But compared to that, I think the master energy, the master pull, all other pull fall short, so to speak. So that energy pull took me on my own journey, I would say.
Great. And Vinayji, how have you found this synthesis of being a senior executive in the corporate world and balancing this other aspect, which many people find, quite contrary. Many people find that, I hear a lot of people say that I find it very difficult to balance my professional life and my spiritual side. Uh,
Yeah.
how were you able to strike that delicate balance between these two?
I think it's true, like anything new in the beginning, you have to go through the learning curve. And when you go through the learning curve, I always recommend that keep both the so-called the inner journey and the outer journey. Let them go in parallel. And as I always joke, we all live in Middle East, so our path is always the middle path. It's not, tilting in either of the two in extremes. So continue doing what you're doing and keep adding little things to it. And I think it just happens with practice, like any other skill. You are such a phenomenal singer, but when you started singing, it took you a while, right? So you practiced, and then once you practice it, I think you get hang of it. And then suddenly, you can practice, you can sing in a forum, or you can just sing in any informal get together. If somebody says, Krishna ji, can you just sing a song? And you don't have to really think much. But what has happened over a period of time, the subconscious mind has already been trained in enough, if I have to use the scientific term to it, you have been firing right kind of neurons. And that is what we actually do. We actually rewire our brain. So rewiring of the brain is that you're able to balance both sides of the brain, i.e. the analytical side, the objective side, the driving factor, which keeps you going in the external world, and the inner world, which is the other side of the brain. So I think the rewiring is what the meditation does. So it is not something that happens quickly. I would encourage people to be patient. But yeah, commitment and sincerity are two ingredients for sure. You have to be.
So, Vinayji, actually, I've got a lot of questions from people before because a lot of people saw the Facebook event. I have personally got questions, and there are people who have messaged me through other friends. And probably
Ji.
those who are watching the Facebook session, feel free to put in your questions on the comments, and I will try. And if we have enough time, we will read out those questions also. So, I guess, Vinayji, what we will do is if we can start with some of the questions which people have raised, and I also have my personal questions. So
Yeah,
maybe
yeah,
I actually want to start with my personal questions, but in the spirit of this session, I'll probably give importance to other people than to my own questions. So,
yeah.
okay, so one question related to what you just mentioned about some time back. I've just got a question. I find it difficult to take out time for meditation. How
Yeah,
do I discipline myself to do this?
yeah. See, one of the beautiful aspect of the various programs offered by Art of Living, Gurudev has understood the science so deeply. So he introduced first the happiness program, where you learn the pranayam and the breathing technique. So I always encourage people that if you have attended the happiness course, that is the beginning. If you haven't done any breathing program, or if you haven't done, pranayams and other breathing techniques, I totally agree that it's not going to be easy for you to get into meditation because mind is scattered, you know. And when mind is scattered, it's kind of literally all over the place. And you have to know the science of meditation is the ingredient for your meditation is your energy. Okay, because meditation is what? Sadhana, as they say in Sanskrit, is the wealth. It's the ultimate wealth. Now, if you are talking about wealth in the material world, we generally relate it with money, right? If you have money, you can buy a car, you can buy a house. Similarly, sadhana, for sadhana, the wealth is energy. When you have the right energy, then you direct it, and that is meditation. It happens. It's actually a result of your kriya and practices. So I, sincerely urge individuals to do the happiness course, where they will learn the right, so-called breathing techniques, and that in turn will definitely help you to get into meditation a lot faster. Alternately, we have Sahaj Samadhi meditation, which again is a vibration based meditation. So you need a tool before you get into a meditative state, or else it's not easy, and uh, therefore it takes longer.
So, again, a very connected question is there a minimum or maximum time one can meditate, and how long does it take for one to learn meditation?
Yeah. Uh, I would say start with 22 to 25 minutes in terms of timing. Keep that as a minimum time slot. The beautiful thing about the meditation, I always keep joking, it is not about the place, it is about the space. If your
Wow.
space is ready, meditation happens. So that is where the work is. You can be sitting in New York, you can be sitting in Himalayas, you can be sitting in Dubai. So it does not really matter which part of the world you are actually physically sitting. You can meditate anytime, anywhere. Maximum time, I think, when you love something, you forget the time. Meditation is beyond time and space. So I wouldn't put a maximum cap to it, because over a period of time, meditation is something which become, right now, I think you and I are meditating. It's just a different form of meditation. It's just the purity of the space from where you're coming, and the purity of the space from where I'm coming. I'm expressing and you're listening. But we are both here and now. And that is the result of meditation. So we don't have to necessarily define and limit meditation only to 20 to 25 minutes, but that's a good starting point. But as it goes, because what you're talking about is connecting with the infinity. So why should we make it finite?
That's a
Why
very
should we
good
limit
point
it?
you made, that even this conversation is, in fact, I can feel my mind a lot calmer than before. I mean, I think this last 5 minutes of conversation has also, I do not know how many other people are feeling this, but at least I can feel my mind has settled down in the last 5, 7 minutes. Okay, so moving on. Uh, okay, this is an interesting question, and I also personally had a similar question few years ago. So somebody has asked, I want to excel in my professional life, which needs me to run and run very fast. But meditation is about pulling back and calming down. So will meditation hinder my professional success?
Beautiful. Let me give you two perspectives to it. First, I'll try and give you the scientific perspective. What is the science of performance? When we're talking about, and I'm not limiting performance, I'm putting performance across the board, right? Doesn't matter whether it's professional or it's personal. What the science of performance is very clear. If you follow the graph, on the top is performance you want to achieve. Now, I'm assuming that you have the necessary skill set that is given. If you want to do well in, accounting, for example, you should be minimum accountant or chartered accountant. So we are uh, we are given the fact that we have the basic qualification. Having said so, go below that, you will find the second most important thing for performance is human behavior. That stands tall. That stands as one of the important aspects to it. Now, what is human behavior? You dig deeper, it all goes to thoughts. Okay, what is the quality of your thought? That defines your behavior. Subtler than the thought is feelings. Subtler than the feelings are emotions. This is, I'm giving you a science connect. Now, when you go deep down at the level of feelings, the research has found out the only way the transformation happens at the level of feelings is physiological. And physiological means everything in you, the whole body, which we call 72,000 nadis, that's your physiology. Okay, so that is the root. The fruit is performance. If you will try and address the fruit, it will never work. That's why I said Gurudev has understood the science so deeply that he has worked at the physiology. So all the meditation technique which you learn in Art of Living actually starts to impact your physiology at the root level.
Mhm.
And the outcome, the result of that is the feeling changes, the emotion changes, the content of your mind, the thoughts changes, therefore your behavior changes. That is how your performance changes. Given the fact that you still need to be committed and sincere with whatever you wish to achieve in the external world. But if this basic root is not there, the basic grounding is not there, then performance is going to be tentative, so to speak. And in addition to the fact, what happens is that for a meditator, his or her focus, his or her ability to remain committed enhance. So that is all what is required. Having said so, I will still say that don't be in hurry. You have to be patient and you have to give time to things. So if you are focused on achieving something, then you got to have a roadmap. And I call it a 5 a.m. club. Please join the 5 a.m. club. Okay, that's the right time for you to deliver whatever you want to achieve. The
The
5
next,
a.m. club is all about you knowing when is the purity and sattva is highest in nature. Therefore, you need to have the right amount of energy. So you breathe, at that time, you meditate at that time, and you have things to do. That's how the focus happens. So lifestyle is an important play too.
you've actually answered the next question before I could ask it, because somebody had asked that why should I wake up in the morning and how to. But the next question will probably, I'll come to you, Neji. But something very interesting which you just mentioned is, if you work on the root, the fruit
Yes.
will automatically come. It's a very beautiful thought, and I think it'll linger on in my mind at least for a long time now, and beautifully explained. So, from that train of thought which you have just set off about the early waking thing, and I find it very difficult also, let me confess. So, the question is how to train the mind to wake up early and
Yeah.
meditate. So,
Yes.
how do we join the 5 a.m. club? Because my alarm clock has almost broken.
Yeah. So we have very committed people who can give you a call. On a lighter note, but I think something which has to come from within. Okay, certain things can only happen from within, and this is again over a period of time. I think everybody knows that theoretically, at least. I'm not saying anything new, but what we do in the morning, if you come or anybody comes and join the session, what I say is when you love something, then discipline is not required. Initially, discipline is.
Right.
But ek do bar, when you have come and attended the morning session, you feel and you experience the benefit, then you are naturally inspired from within. You understand, at the end of the day, why you're here on the planet. You want to be healthy and happy. And for you to be healthy and happy, you require a certain amount of environment. And from 5 to 7, is the right environment for you to spend quality time to go inwards and get clarity in terms of what you wish to achieve outwards. See, if we are talking about something you really want to achieve, that's I again keep coming back to how sincere are you in terms of achieving anything, whether it's external or internal. It will always boil down to how interested you are. Just go back to your own situation. If you love somebody and if you have to go on a date, you'll find the time. Tomorrow,
Right.
if I tell Krishna ji, if you're going to wake up at 5 a.m., I guarantee you, your increment will be 35%. You will wake up at 5 a.m. It's all connected because you have linked something. At the moment, I think that realization is not happened. Once you say, okay, I don't have a time and I can't get up, but if I call your boss and say, Krishna ji can get a raise of 35%, Krishna ji probably will be there at quarter to 5.
4 o'clock.
Yeah, so it's just a question of what is the value of for you at that moment, and that value proposition has to be understood, internalized.
So here, that's a very important point, Vinayji, that a lot of people feel that tangible gain is only about how much raise or incentive or how much money I gain. So what is that tangible gain that a person can find from meditation? If a layman has to be interested in meditation, what is
Yeah,
it for him or her?
yeah. I think food, clothing, and housing are very important for survival. Okay, we are very fortunate to have this human birth, that we have an opportunity to go much beyond it. So I would definitely recommend that it requires some more matured intellect and some more deep thinking. What is it that really takes me? If you call joy, what is meditation? Why should I meditate? Of course, if you really look at it, what you're looking for is higher joy, higher happiness, higher energy, higher enthusiasm. Isn't that what you're looking for, anyways? And if there's a technique available for you which can give you all this and yet have whatever you wish to achieve in the external world, why not give it an sincere attempt and see how it works? When we talk about tangible, remember the gross is manifestation of subtle. Tangible has happened from intangible. Okay, there is nothing called tangible per se standalone. Okay, so anything which you're able to measure, okay, which is very limited. Now there's enough science available to us say that even if you look at the complete cosmology, we don't even know the cosmos. A very small portion of that
Right.
is known to us. The unknown is still intangible or unknown. Okay. Similarly, in our day-to-day interaction, Krishna ji is extremely successful, right? Maybe he draws a great salary, he has a great car, he lives in a beautiful house, but internally he's disturbed. What do I do with that house? Okay, I keep joking and I said, you continue working toward external progress, but more importantly, if you don't work on your inner self, all you will do is you will move from small house to a bigger house. You will you will yell better. Because you haven't worked on your own temperament. You haven't really transformed yourself from within. But if God willing, you have a bigger house and you have a bigger car, but if still that you're able to maintain what I keep talking about, a blend of serenity and dynamism, that completes, it's an integrated form of living. It's not one or other, it is one and two. So this is where the you know COVID has taught us a lot, and I think everybody has come to deep realizations here. At the end of the day, I don't even know if I'm going to breathe the next, or is the breath in my control anymore. But how can I be happier and joyful? That's a quest, and I think everybody should have that quest.
Beautiful. I think you've touched upon a very crucial topic, and that is how COVID has made us realize the importance of physical and mental health. And with that, I would probably ask Vinayji, and there is a question on our Facebook as well. You spoke about that even if you have a bigger house, but if you are disturbed internally, then
Gee.
what's really the point? So somebody has asked, does meditation help us gain material things as well? So I guess you answered the question in one of the previous answers, but if you could just throw some light on that, that can meditation really help us become successful in our material life, so to say? Although you said it is one and the same actually, but can it help us?
Sure. I mean, it not only helps you, because as I said that the techniques in meditation helps you to improve your focus, to improve your energy level, which is anyway necessary for you to be successful in the commercial world. Thanks to overload of data, you need tremendous amount of energy. You need a lot of mental clarity. All this comes to you from meditation. So whether you're talking about three important aspects, which I keep saying, your perception improves, your observation to know what is happening, your ability to express things gets much, much better. So perception is getting better, observation is getting better, your ability to articulate and express things is getting better. And once you have clarity with overload of data, thanks to today, you are actually a moving robot, literally, and you expect it to behave in a similar fashion. So everything else is draining your energy. It's only meditation that's providing you energy. It's like asking a question, if I take a shower, will I perform better?
Hmm.
Of course you will. You feel fresh. Will I eat breakfast? Will I perform better? Of course you will. You're getting energy. Similarly, if you meditate, you're bound to perform better because तुम अंदर से खुश हो. You're enthusiastic. You are charged. I keep saying this meditation is like a transformer. What happens to your mobile phone? Battery dies. You need to connect. Meditation is like a connector. What happens? You are recharged. When you recharge, even at 11 o'clock, you are actually working hard towards whatever your goal is. So at
Right.
the end of the day, that's why I keep repeating that all these things is about recharging. All this is
Right.
about giving you so much more energy to achieve anything you wish to, either in the external world or internal world. Just for the sake of saying, we say, otherwise it's an integration of two. So
Right.
100% it will help you both in your relationships. If you're calmer, if you're not reactive, it will help you manage your boss better. If you didn't go through a project, you worked hard, of course you will be able to, you become resilient, you are able to bounce back better. So all these are very subtle things, but they all come into play, and a meditator is able to observe these things very beautifully. So I would sincerely recommend that meditate under the proper guidance for 6 to 8 months and test for yourself.
Beautiful. So there is one more question, and many people ask me also this question, Vinay, that when I want to meditate, but when I close my eyes, I get bombarded with thoughts, and then I have to open my eyes.
Yes.
So how do I improve this?
Again, join the 5 a.m. club. We have a process in place. The process is very simple. You do a few minutes of yoga, then you do a few minutes of breathing exercise. Now your body and mind are in alignment to experience the meditation. Before that, it is not going to be easy. It's a fact because uh, the mind is in the world. It's scattered. You actually sit, and I keep joking. A lot of people sit. They're hallucinating. It's not meditation.
Hmm.
It's a hallucination, giving an illusion that you're meditating. Meditation is a very deep rest wherein you go into superconscious state. Even if you go there for few minutes, it's incredible amount of energy which you get from there. But it's like, you have a flight from here to Oman, that may be just 40 minutes, but the preparation time is still, reporting time is 2 hours, right? And you have to leave your house an hour before, but the flight is 40 minutes. So the experience, so you will go into the superconscious state just for 5 minutes, but the preparation is 25 minutes.
Wow.
Are you seeing? So you have to do certain thing which is prerequisite. Meditation you don't do. Meditation is a byproduct. It's a result when the energies are aligned. Okay, when you are in harmony, when your individual waves are in harmony with the universal waves, the meditation is a byproduct. So before that, there are certain steps you have to take. I recommend that till you become an advanced practitioner where you know how to bring your mind, in the present moment. Otherwise, it takes a while.
Beautiful. Beautiful, Vinay. Uh, there is a question. I enjoy sports and physical activities more. So whatever time I get from my work, I invest in some kind of physical activity. Will meditation integrate with my lifestyle?
जोश भी जरूरी है, होश भी जरूरी है. मेडिटेशन तुमको होश देता है, एक्सरसाइज तुमको जोश देती है. So you
Wow.
have to have enthusiasm and awareness. There is no point having only enthusiasm, no awareness. Awareness will not come to you from physical activity. Awareness is what meditation is all about. It enhances your level and degree of awareness. And you need both. So please continue doing what you're doing at the level of physical. But remember, at the end of the day, mind is very, very important tool. And the more you're able to handle your mind, the more directions you're able to give it to the body. The body listens to the mind, not other way around.
I almost feel like I'm listening to a poem. I mean, speaking to you is like listening to poetry. You can make normal words sound like beautiful, Najits. Uh, Another question, Naji, is I find meditation boring. So, how do I make it exciting?
You need to go to the, if you want to learn swimming, I think you need a great teacher.
Hmm.
So you need to be guided properly. Once you are, like any subject, anything else, right? It all depends on how creative your teacher is. I can just go by my own example in college, for example, or in school. You know that your favorite subject was your favorite teacher. Somehow they're connected. So
Yes.
initially it may take a little time, but over a period of time, if you connect with the person or the teacher, or of course, if you have a master, there is no, then everything else just drops. And I think that is an opportunity on February 12th, where people can come and experience live a living master, Gurudev Shri Shri Ravi Shankarji. I don't think you can ask for a better master or teacher. So for all of us know the way he has taken the entire world, where the word meditation have so many connotations, so many different meanings, and he never made us feel that we are learning anything. It was just a play, it was just celebration, it was just a fun. So I think that is what is, don't make meditation serious. It is actually a celebrative thing. Because what is celebration? Your inner state, right? But if you're going to make a big deal out of it, I would say take a break. Take a break. Pause for a while. Go out and have a little fun. Go out meaning, just meet friends and enjoy a cup of coffee. Maybe you need to join the 5 a.m. club. Definitely attend the February 12th session with Gurudev. All these things are definitely, going to help you. But don't give up. It's a journey which, or I would say it's a path. It's not a destination. It just gets better and better. And that is when you actually understand the real meaning of, oh, enjoy the journey, not the destination. These are all nice words, but only a meditator knows. 25 minutes you went deep and had, even for few minutes, those experiences, it just removes all the dust that has been accumulated for past days and weeks and months together. So
That's a
learn
very,
it from the right people.
that's a very pertinent point, Vinayji, because I remember when I was in college, someone told me about the Art of Living course. I told him I can teach you the Art of Living. But then the last so many years, the perception has totally changed about meditation. And so, Vinayji, many people have actually asked that can you guide them into maybe a few minutes of meditation? But I would just touch upon one important point that you just mentioned, that uh, meditating with a live master. So, and this thought crosses a lot of people's minds that there are so many resources available online, there are so many books uh, which can help you meditate. How is it different to meditate in the presence of of a live master, or to learn meditation from a master? How is it really different?
Spiritually, you have to experience it. There is no way you can explain it. But let me give you a scientific perspective to it. Okay. Uh, Everything is nature is vibrations. What you see, everybody operates at different vibrations. This is also the word which is used as waves or vibrations, right? Enlightened being or a master is one whose vibration are in harmony with universal vibration. They are both reached a level, okay, whatever you want to call it. And if you want me to explain it More scientifically, let's say your heart rate when you have an adrenal rush is 120, which is called HRV, the heart rate variation. And when you are sad or depressed, it's at 50, for example. Now, in nature, everything is in harmony. Okay, everything is in a particular wave, a particular pattern. Only why they're so special, of course, when you say so special, there are multiple things that happens, but you have a physical body manifesting the universal vibrations. And when you are experiencing the universal vibrations, your vibrations, which are not in alignment, immediately gets into the alignment with universal vibrations.
Right.
And that is when you become very natural and simple. There's nothing you have done, and yet a lot has happened. You can't do it.
Right.
You can only make yourself available. The moment you make yourself with innocence and openness, the rest of the magic happens on its own. That is called only very experiential. It's like you have to go into the water, right? You have to
True.
prepare yourself to go into the water, and then you have to just let go. And then the water, you just don't drown, you float. All you have done is you have let go. The science of water is like that, you stay float. So when you go in the presence of the master, like every being, you have your own vibrations, which are so beautiful. You meet somebody outside, they have their own vibration. So master's vibrations are equivalent to the universal vibration, which you can call it whatever name. Uh, and when you are in, over a period of time, we all have experienced that it is your ability to connect with the master. And the moment you're able to connect, right now, you can feel the vibrations. It's just your connection. And it is so subtle and so experiential that the moment I start talking about it, appears to be a bit abstract. Therefore, I gave you a science connect to it. It is connecting with universal vibration, is what you're doing when you're actually meditating in the presence of the master. And let me assure you, the vibration does not discriminate whether it is Zoom or internet, it just flows through. This is our experience. It has its own power to penetrate. And at times, it is actually a lot more powerful because you are more receptive, because you are in a comfort of your own house. You haven't really made any effort to travel or move from one place to another. You choose a convenient place at house, you sit on your sofa. All you have to do is press a button. It can't get more convenient than this. And despite of that, if you miss out on an opportunity, I can just say, wish you more luck. But if this is an opportunity which is knocking the door, and all it requires is a chair and a table and a computer or a laptop or a phone, doesn't matter what the instrument is, please don't delay. You haven't, as I said, I'm chota mu badi baat. It's like you're drop trying to talk about ocean, which is not possible. But all I can say is that even a glimpse of that ocean, when you experience as a drop, uh, you will know what is that. That's the only way I can say, uh, in terms of how wonderful and how profound an experience is in the presence of a living master. That's
Lovely.
something which I can talk about for hours together. But my humble prayer, to all the listeners and to the friends of listeners is, uh, please come, register yourself for the February 12th. And बस वो एक गुरुदेव की एक स्माइल ही मिल जाएगी तुमको, तो तुम बोलोगे कि मेडिटेशन हो गई. Maybe I'm sounding, the way I'm sounding, but I'm saying it is only that because the vibrations are so subtle, they just travel. When they just travel, to the extent you're open and receptive, you just connect. And what the books can't do.
True.
The books can't do. The books are there, but the live energy is much more potent, much more powerful than the words. So those
Absolutely.
who are thinking that they can read a book and meditate, they can get a similar experience by reading it. I would say that my personal experience is contrary. It is actually when you have connected with the vibrations of the master, then if you want to read a book, it may be more productive or effective. But without that, you will not be able to understand anything about meditation at an experiential level. It will go in your head,
Right.
but it will never transform you.
But you just reminded me of this saying I had heard long time back, that spending 10 minutes with a wise person is
Yeah.
equal to spending 10 hours reading a book. So I totally agree. I mean, spending a few minutes with somebody who's experienced that level of, as you said, universal vibrations is much more powerful than reading books and watching videos about it. Great. Vinayji, we have some more questions, but we are actually, we actually, I don't know how, but I've just seen the watch now. It's already 9:15. We thought in 45 minutes we'll be able to cover some questions and some meditation. But actually, a lot of people wanted to experience a short process relaxation technique with you. So if you could maybe spend 5 more minutes, 7 more minutes, and take us through a short guided technique, it will be. I leave it to you.
If there's any other question, last question. If not, we get into a few minutes of meditation. Just relaxation is a better word. Meditation, of course, it takes a while for us to prepare, but we'll just do a relaxation technique if there's no more question. Is that fair?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. So let's sit comfortably wherever you are. Make yourself comfortable. Softly close your eyes. A gentle smile on your lips. Shoulders relaxed and spine erect. Breathe in. As you breathe out, relax your whole body. Once again, breathe in. As you breathe out, relax your whole body. Become aware of your thoughts, if any. Let them come and let them go. Do not hold on to any thought. Millions have come and millions have gone. Just let go. Breathe in. As you breathe out, relax your whole body. Become aware of your feelings, if any, pleasant or unpleasant. Let them come, let them go. Incoming breath energizes you, outgoing breath relaxes you. As you breathe out, relax more and more. Very slowly take your awareness to your navel area. Become aware of the expansion as you inhale and contraction as you exhale. Breathe in. As you breathe out, relax your whole body. Now, breathing in, fill your stomach, hold to the extent you can, and exhale very slowly, keeping your awareness in your navel area. Breathe in, hold the breath, and very slowly exhale from your nostrils. Relax. Once again, breathe in, expanding your stomach. Hold the breath. Breathe out. Relax. Once again, breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. And relax. Slowly move your awareness to your chest area. As you breathe in, expand your chest. Hold and breathe out. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. Relax. Once again, breathe in. Hold and breathe out. Relax. Breathe in. Hold. Breathe out. And relax. Slowly take your awareness to the empty space around you, in the room where you're sitting. Become aware of the empty space between your head and ceiling of the room. Just the empty space. Keep your awareness in that empty space. Your body is relaxed and mind is empty and expanded this moment. Let's pray. Pray for peace on the planet. Pray for peace in the environment around you. And pray for peace within you. Breathe in. Shanti. 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 Slowly become aware of your environment and surroundings and bringing both your palms together. You may rub your palms, cover your eyes, taking your own time, slowly and gradually. Open your eyes, gentle smile on your face. धीरे धीरे मुस्कुराते हुए आंखें खोल लें.
Wow. Don't feel like speaking much. Feeling fresh as a flower. Thank you, Vinayji. Vinayji, as you mentioned, probably I'll just repeat that for those who are watching, Gurudev, His Holiness Shri Shri Ravi Shankar Ji is going to conduct a live masterclass for the Middle East on 12th of February, 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. It's open to all, anybody who has done the Art of Living programs or not. And as Vinayji mentioned very aptly earlier, that during COVID, I think the topmost realization which most of us have had is how important our health is compared to everything else, and how important our family is compared to everything else. So I would say this is the best gift we can give to ourselves and to our family. So the link for the registration will be there on the Facebook post. You can go onto the comments and you can click on the link and do register yourself and get your family and colleagues to experience this beautiful session with the master himself. So on that note, Vinayji, not enough words to thank you for these nuggets of wisdom that you have shared over the last. I don't know how the time went. It's almost 1 hour. We had planned for a 45-minute session, but it was faster than a date. Thanks a lot. Thank you. And we'll probably have, if we can get your precious time, maybe another session with you. Do you want to share any words as a message for all of us, for all the viewers?
Now there's a messenger coming on the February 12th. I think that's the ultimate message which you get directly from him. So I would only, once again humbly request what Krishna ji has said, that please come and experience the beautiful journey. And thank you for having me this evening and giving me this opportunity and pleasure to, share a little insight and more importantly, to talk about Gurudev's visit on February 12th. So thank you and good night.
Thank you, Vinayji. Thank you. Those who are watching, those who have watched it, do like, comment on the video, share it with maximum people so that the message of meditation reaches far and wide. Thank you once again, Vinayji. Thank you. Thank you for all those who logged in and watched. Have a great night. Have a great week ahead and see you all on 12th. Good night. Jai Gurudev.
The power of knowledge is enormous. It calms us down, which brings clarity to us, that uplifts life and takes us out of misery. When the mind is clear, it's calm, it is serene, it is relaxed. That is the state of knowledge where intuitive knowledge comes up, where inspiration comes up, where creativity comes up.
This is life-changing experience, very deep, very useful knowledge.
He's giving you tools to really understand something that has been known for thousands and thousands of years, but he's giving you in a context that is really applicable and understandable today.
Many millions around the world need to listen and to learn those tactics or teachings.
I loved when he said that spirituality unifies all the religions. It touched really into my own belief system. I'm really impressed with the number of people here and the energy. Can you imagine the energy that's coming out from all the people here? It multiplies and everyone is really, really benefiting from it.
He pulled me towards this event.
Feeling the energy, feeling peace, and really appreciate his visit for the first time in the UAE. I'd love to see this happen more and more so that more people can experience this type of peace and happiness between people.
His wisdom is amazing, and he is a messenger of peace. He is a person who can show everyone in the world what love is.